Hello everybody, it's Red Panda Gamer, here for the start of another brand new Let's Play. In case you guys haven't been following Ubisoft's development periods, lately what they've been doing is putting out smaller games that have a lot of polish. Almost more akin to an indie game, but they have the backing of a full AAA studio. The previous game to do this was Child of Light, which was a JRPG style game that also used the UbiArt framework, which is what this game is using too, in my opinion, better. But that was first started with Rayman Origins, then Rayman Legends, and now other developers are getting their hand at it. This one is Ubisoft Montpelier. So I'm really excited to play it. I played about an hour of it just to make sure it was something I was interested enough in to do a Let's Play of. And one of the reasons I'm doing a Let's Play of this game is because I wanted to play something very different. Right now I have a pretty vast majority, or variety. I have a vast variety of games I'm playing on my channel right now. I have a retro platformer with Shovel Knight. I have a JRPG with Final Fantasy XII. And this game is kind of unique in the fact that it blends genres. But I guess if I was going to say anything, it's kind of a modernization of the point-and-click adventure game. It's an interactive story, but there are puzzles in it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with Valiant Hearts, The Great War. And like I said, I already played a little bit, but after about an hour or so, I'm flying blind, which I'm fine with. But a lot of this game is told through cutscenes, which I will try not to talk through. And yes, this game is about World War I.
August 1st. 1914. After the assassination of Prince Franz Ferdinand of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the German Empire declares war on Russia. Because of established alliances, France is preparing for conflict. A few hours after the announcement of the general mobilization, German civilians living in France are asked to leave the country. Karl is one of them. A few days after Karl was deported, the war was hungry for more and took away Emil as well. A heavy-hearted Emil was called up to fight and left the farm for Saint Mihiel. Like so many others, he had no idea what fate had in store for him.
So obviously, from watching this already, you can tell there's going to be a lot of sections of me not doing commentary. This is kind of more me trying to get you guys to realize that this game is out here. All of the sections of gameplay, there isn't any talking, or at least I don't think there is. Mostly everybody is acting things out. It's almost akin to the Lego games, or the early Lego games, since now they talk. But while we're here, you know, we kind of walk around, and these are like some of the more story beats. And we're Mihiel right now, and we're here to register with the French army. Another thing in this game is we get a lot of fact sheets that give us real war photographs and real war stories. Now, this game is taking some liberties with World War I, but a lot of it is actual fact, which, as someone who really loves history, is totally awesome. I mean, I will geek out a bit over this game because World War I is one of the most interesting wars, and the fact that it is World War I. It was the first big war amongst the powers that happened in the modern age. But anyway, essentially through this Let's Play, I'm going to be reading through these fact sheets, and I might put up an annotation if you want to skip it, but I think it's important, so I'm going to read it. So, war is declared. June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austrian-Hungarian throne, was assassinated in Sarajevo. As a result of the chain of diplomatic and military alliances in place, the event launched Europe into an armed conflict that, with the involvement of colonies, took on a global dimension. August 1st, Germany declared war on Russia. August 3rd, Germany declared war on France. August 4th, Britain declared war on Germany. And August 11th and 12th, France and Britain declared war on Austria-Hungary. So the barracks and the regiment. Battalions comprised of a battalion headquarters and 4 companies, a total of 1,007 men in all. Companies were composed of 4 platoons, in turn divided into 4 sections each of 12 men, commanded by an NCO. Britain was slow to mobilize on the Western Front. Half of its army was overseas, and with a genuine fear of invasion, infantry divisions were held in reserve in Britain and not included in the British Expeditionary Force. While conscription only came into force in 1916, voluntary enlistment was initially overwhelming, with 750,000 men eager to show their patriotism. Railways. With outbreak of war, each country was eager to dispatch its army in situ as quickly as possible to gain the advantage. Railways were essential for mobilization and supply. By August 1914, the British realized the importance of rail in the war effort and dispatched Royal Engineers the front to build new lines. By 1917, 40,000 enlisted railway soldiers were working for RE in France and Flanders. The debacle of August 1914. In the early fighting, the German army made swift progress. After invading Belgium, they marched on Paris in late August. French troops retreated en masse, and units were outflanked and repelled, taken prisoners, or killed. The months of August to September 1914 marked the bloodiest period of the war, with over 180,000 French casualties alone. The French authorities described the debacle as an organized retreat. The war to win over public opinion had begun. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and read through these facts because I find them incredibly interesting and they add flavor to the story, even in the game. If you guys don't like me reading those, please feel free to comment that down below. I would understand if that was something you wouldn't like for the Let's Play, but that also might be some reason for you to want to play it on your own. So yeah, just look at these. Like, I love the Ubi art framework. I think it's so great in creating original art pieces, and this game is no exception. It looks fantastic, and like I said, it's the same framework they used for Rayman Legends and Child of Light, and yet it still looks unique. So this is a really early example of what our puzzles are going to be like. Essentially, we'll have somebody telling us what to do through symbols and directions, and then we'll have to figure it out for ourselves. So if he's pointing to the trumpet, we see a guy with a trumpet here. If we hit X to interact. The other cool thing about the Ubi art framework is, since it is hand-drawn and cartoonish, like, the frame rate is perfect. It's a little harder to tell on YouTube, of course, because YouTube is limited to 30 frames per second, but this game is smooth as butter. So here we have some training we have to do, and they give us some button prompts for it, but hopefully we can learn through while we go. Let's come up to here. We have some grenades, and we have this simple arc right here, which actually seems like it controls pretty well. Oh, I fucked it up, didn't I? I'm just going to keep throwing grenades. Oh, that's the wrong way. I'm actually doing terrible. There we go. And I'm not sure if you gain anything for doing this faster, but I'd imagine you would. I don't know. Ooh, actually, look, there's a thing. Alright, so that's one of our collectibles. There are multiple collectibles in the game. I'm not really sure what we get for them. Maybe they just give us context to other things. So, a German helmet. The legendary pointed German helmet. The Picab. I apologize for my pronunciations, but I'm terrible at pronouncing anything that's not English. Like an English word. The Piklab, I don't know, was used by German forces until 1916 and was then replaced by much more efficient steel helmets. The different parts of the helmet, including the point for defense against saber attacks, were adapted according to the rank, origin, and weapon used by the soldier. On some helmets, the point was rounded. So that's interesting. I didn't really know that much about that. And like I said, I'm going to be reading a lot of this stuff because I personally want to know more about this stuff. But if you don't, I apologize, and you're probably watching the wrong Let's Play. And like I said, this game, or as you can already tell, you know, this is a game about war, a real war that happened in the world. And it's going to be emotional, and a Let's Play may not be the most appropriate thing, but I will do my best to not make jokes, because I don't think this is very funny, I just think it's an interesting piece to share. And that's essentially what Let's Plays are. It's an opportunity for somebody to talk about a game and what they like about it, or what they think about it. So this guy is telling us to go ahead and raise the flag, but I see an item over here, and that looks like a knot. So let's see. Tinder lighter. Oh, I was wrong. While patrol lighters were popular in the trenches, soldiers also used tinder lighters. The cotton wick was doused in saltpeter or lead chromate to make it more readily inflammable, and was extinguished by simply drawing the wick back into the cylinder. So that's cool. I don't know if we're supposed to find all those items right here, but oh well, we found 2 so far. I'm going to try to get as high of a completion rating as I can in this game, but obviously I can't promise anything. It's the Republic of France.
My dear Marie, we are on our way to Paris. The atmosphere here is strangely cheerful. I hope that the harvest goes well. Rely on our neighbors for help. They've always been gracious and charitable people. I'll write again as soon as I get my assignment. Please kiss my little grandson for me.
So yeah, apparently the letters in this game are based on actual letters.
At the train depot in Paris, trying to reach his regiment at Platform 21, Emile would meet the man he would soon fight alongside. The man who would come to be his truest friend.
Yeah, but like I said, the letters in this game are actually based on real letters. So this guy over here is being picked on by these French soldiers. So let's go ahead and pull this string and see what happens. And yeah, they get steamed. But now we gotta figure out what to do about the other ones. So let's come over here. I just jacked that dude's wine. I do what I want. Wait, why wouldn't I want this one? Or maybe that's just in case I mess up, which I guess is totally possible. So then this works like a grenade. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to hit him up here. And he pulls the other one? Nope. Wrong again. No drinking. That makes sense. Maybe I'm supposed to throw it to the guy that's over there? No? Well, let's go up and talk to him and see what happens. No? See, and like, yeah, this is like, I honestly am not sure what I'm supposed to do with this. Wait, let's see what happens if I try to give this to the other guy. I don't think he'll do anything different, but might as well check. Hey, there you go. So he likes white wine. Makes sense. Yeah, you have a good day, buddy. You earned it. So we have a new diary. How did we get to the diary? Oh, there it is. August 12th, 1914. I started training at the military camp today. I can't help thinking of Karl, who's probably doing the same in Germany. The declaration of war has created havoc. I hope Mary and the neighbors manage to finish the harvest in time. And then we also have diary entries for the other people that are involved in the story. So we have this guy. At last, I can't wait to get fighting. Maybe I'll ease some of the pain I feel inside. So this is another person who we don't even know yet. The bells all over Paris started chiming at 4 p.m. this afternoon. It was eerie. Somebody in the street told me it was for the troop mobilization in case Germany declares war. I'll write to Father to find out what's going on in Belgium. And then this is, God, I already forgot his name. This is the one that was taken away. It feels strange to return to Germany. At least Emile can take care of Marie and Victor. Things should calm down in the months to come. It's all so meaningless. So yeah, that's super sad, but families were split up. Oh, Karl was his name. Karl. So this is a couple of days later, or this is like 2 weeks later. After Karl, it's Daddy's turn to leave. Why did they have to call him up? Wasn't it enough to expel my dear sweet love from these lands? Why do they want to put Daddy in uniform? He's too old to fight, and now they've left me all alone with the harvest on the way and Victor to take care of. So again, there's a lot of stuff to read in this game, and I'm totally fine with that. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff to read in the game, and like I said, I like that. I have no problem with it. So this guy, he loves music. So let's come over to the band, and we'll get them to play a little bit of music. Maybe. So you start with that guy. Okay, so we gotta pick who goes when. And there you go. And the music of this game is great. I mean, it's a period piece, so, you know, you're kind of restricted to what kind of music you can have. But some of the classic, older music is pretty fantastic. So now we can work our way over here, and we can pull this. And there you go. We steamed the other guys off. Nothing to worry about now. So we'll just go over here, and we'll meet this guy. And now we're best buds. USA. See, I really like the little communication stuff.
August 21st, 1914. Emil's regiment was sent to fight against the 71st German Division, led by Baron von Dorf. The general cheer of the first hours dissipated into the fear of first combat.
Alright, so I'm actually going to end the episode for now. I'm going to try to keep these episodes relatively short, because this is a shorter game, even though we're going across the span of a whole war, or at least I think we are. But yeah, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this first episode. Valiant Hearts is a really interesting game, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. That way you can always stay notified whenever I upload a new video. And like the video. It helps out an awful lot. And if you're a history nerd like me, you know, and comment down below. If you have a love for history, or you have opinions on history or World War I, feel free to comment them down below. I'd love to read them and have a discussion. But yeah, guys, I hope you'll join me in the next episode of Valiant Hearts. Until then, I'll see you next time.